Castle, Dwayne Wade in Miami. Steve, they've all gotten after it defensively.
Yeah, and I think that's where Harden has to take the next step, in my opinion. When he's locked in, he's great. You know, he's got the long wingspan, he's got the strength. It's just about having that focus and that energy, that intensity that you need at the defensive end.
And Houston calls their first time out of the game. Houston with a big group substitution here. Jones checked in for Howard. Montejunas comes in for Smith. Brewer is checked in for James Harden. And it's Terry in for Patrick Beverley. Now here's Montejunas. The pass to Jones. And the shot is good.
Good defense, but you gotta love the finish with the finger roll over the top.
Cavaliers trailing. Outside Irving. And they double him up with LeBron. Back to Irving. Cleveland moving the ball around. 6 on the shot clock. That's not as easy as it made it look, guys. You've got to have some skills to pull that baby off.
Well, he's got plenty of those skills necessary, partner.
Man.
Oh, you know it. The guy can climb the ladder, can't he?
Here's Brewer. The Cavaliers making the shot. The wide open look here for Terry. Off target with his 3. Cavaliers have gone 7 of 8 from the field to start the game. Very hot shooting. Montejunas kicks to Jones. From down in the low post, it goes. Jones has got his second bucket.
What a start to this game. The offense is both dominating.
Tell you what, feels like a game on the playground. Forget about defense, just keep firing.
And that's how you exploit a gap in the D, I guess. Huh?
Yes, sir. No soft finish there. Major power.
Wow. He knows an opportunity for the highlight reel when he sees one.
Reza passes to Montejunas. There's the feed to Jones. The 11-footer. And it's LeBron James with the rebound. For Cleveland, they've gone an incredible 8 of 9 from the field. And Cleveland again with the bucket.
Yeah, guys, it's his consistent shooting that's really helped get his team into a position they're in right now.
Here's Terry. Looking for his first basket still in this one. Here's Brewer. That one goes. Count it.
Heads up play there, guys, on the assist and the finish.
5 seconds left in the first quarter. Irving for 3. Buried from outside. But I don't know. I think we may see a review here. That was pretty close. And indeed, they're going to look at it again. They need to be certain he beat the buzzer.
I'm glad they're going to the replay on that one. I mean, make sure it's the right call, even if it's a play that might not end up being a big factor.
I agree, Clark. It was a very limited system when it was introduced, but the league continued to tweak it. And they've been doing whatever they can to help the referees. And just like putting the light strips on the backboard so they can see when the buzzer sounds, not just hear it.
And off we go. A close game now starting the second quarter. And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Cavaliers.
And right from the start, guys, it's apparent they're determined to establish a presence in the paint.
Well, the job of penetrating that they've done so far has really been excellent. I mean, they've done a nice job driving to the hoop effectively.
This is how the floor looks for the Rockets starting the second. They've got Corey Brewer, Terrence Jones out there with Montejunas. Then it's Harden, and it's Prigioni in at the point. Well, the Cavaliers largely underachieved last season. A big part of that was constantly dealing with distractions the entire season, it seems.
Yeah, it certainly appeared that way. It was always something with players fighting in-house or items getting leaked to the media and causing things to get stirred up. It's very hard when those distractions are circulating for you to be effective.
Kyrie Irving is checked in for Sean Marion. Howard's checked in for Houston. Smith comes in for Brewer. Let's check out what Doris Burke has for us.
Kevin, Dwight Howard's certainly excited to be in Houston. He said, having guys like Hakeem and Kevin McHale on my side, I can't lose. They're going to really stay on top of me, and that's what I want. Olajuwon said, I'm like a kid in a candy store. He has the power. Now we're adding finesse to that power. A scary thought, Kevin.
He could be unstoppable, Doris. Thanks. And Shumpert slams it in. Stupendous rush to the rim and a mighty slam on the end of it.
But through the teeth of some pretty soft D. I can't help but say that.
Well, let's see how that impacts things here, because those kinds of plays sometimes can be game changers on both sides.
And with Cleveland, it was just a train of events that led to the bad environment between players getting into it with each other and saying they wanted out of Cleveland. Some players saying it was about their brand and nothing else. They did everything they could do to get things in order this summer and did a pretty good job at it.
On better footing now for sure.
And it's LeBron missing.
That's the kind of defense required when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were right in his face.
Smith dishes to Prigioni. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time. Prigioni's got his first basket.
And for the Cavs, they needed to have a big change in culture, and they seemingly did that with bringing LeBron back into the fold and hiring Black. You can expect them to be solely focused on winning games this season.
Intelligent passing there to make that hoop possible.
Rockets leading by 3. Smith on the wing. Pulls up from the corner. No good.
That's not his shot there, guys. And whether you play D on him or not, he's usually going to miss that one.
Pass to Prigioni. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. Prigioni's got the lead up to 5 now for the Rockets. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for the Rockets.
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
And the other thing they're doing is forcing a lot of turnovers, and that's helping them to get easy points at the other end.
The basket counts and 1. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it a 3-point play. Patrick Beverley's checked in for Pablo Prigioni. Rockets have been perfect so far from the free throw line, 6 for 6.
Well, last season they only hit 71% of their free throws, so this is a continuing problem, guys.
And, you know, whenever they get into a stretch where it looked like maybe they would turn it around at the line, they would immediately take a step back. Well, it's funny, back when LeBron joined the Heat, some critics said he'd given up the chance to be the franchise player and carry his team. But guess what? No matter who LeBron plays with, he's always the franchise player. That's how good he is.
Moniunas with the steal. And Beverley kicks to Smith. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
Boy, extremely opportunistic defense leading to those points there.
That dunk, Clark, coming within seconds of the steal.
Love the way they convert from defense to offense.
But that's what happens when you get all 5 guys on a string defensively ready to react and make a play.
So timeout called here, the first for Cleveland. A different look now for Cleveland. Jones comes in for Mozgov. And it's Thompson in for Anderson Varejao. And a switch here also for Houston. Trevor Ariza's checked in for Moniunas. Jones drives in. That's good. Houston leading by 8. And Beverley kicks to Howard. Second shot opportunity. They get it again. The dish now to Harden. Feeds to Howard. Tough possession there. They stayed with it, but they just couldn't make it. Here's Shumpert. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Irving's got 3 assists now in this one.
Well, it looks like he's finally found his footing in this game. His first quarter was a real struggle, but he's got it going now.
Howard, that's good.
That was the 3rd straight high percentage look this defense has allowed. I mean, these defenders have got to start bumping bodies in the paint. Be more physical, be more aggressive.
I agree, Clark, but it doesn't look like they have the will to do that at this moment.
Kendrick Perkins, he's checked in for Jones. And then for Houston, Terrence Jones is checked in for Howard. Brewer comes in for Smith, and it's Terry in for James Harden. Here's Beverley. 1:29 left to play here in the second quarter. Kicks it to Terry. Over to the left wing. Shoots. Here's Jones, and that one is good with the extra effort on the glass. Jones has got 6 points.
Well, if they didn't look at the scoreboard, you'd think they were the team trailing and trying to fight their way back.
Yeah, I like the energy they're playing with here, Steve. I mean, a nice uptick in their second chance points.
And it's Brewer finishing it off.
Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the two-handed slam.
Well, they already had him staggered, and now all of a sudden they're throwing some haymakers.
LeBron left side. Outside Irving. Back to James. And he says right back at you with a big dunk of his own.
Cutting into that lead a little bit. Way to finish.
And the basket is still shaking.
Oh, man, he's got so much power.
Rockets leading by 10. Beverly with the ball. Guarded now by Irving. And it's Terry off the drive. It's rebounded by Cleveland. And it's out of bounds to the Cavaliers as Cleveland retains possession.
Yeah, so close to picking that pass off, guys.
At least he got a hand on it. He did what he needed to do to make sure it didn't hit the target.
23 seconds left to play here in the second quarter.
Terrence Jones. That's his first personal.
The Cavaliers have shot 2 of 5 from the free throw line.
Well, they were 75% free throw shooting a season ago.
The line for 2.
That one misses. Rocket shooting in the second quarter has been superb. 58% from the field. Now here's Beverly. Guarded by Shumpert. And Beverly kicks to Brewer. Ariza goes in. Perkins with the block. And that concludes the first half.
Yes, Kevin, I'm here with...
Welcome back, everybody. Third quarter just about to get going here in what has been so far a runaway game. An exceptional performance so far from James Harden.
Seemed like he made everything he got. I mean, anytime he had an open look, he took advantage of the opportunity there in that first half.
And Steve, they were all good looks. I mean, his shot selection has been terrific throughout the game.
LeBron is the 3, with Thompson at the 4. Amon Shumpert is out there with Irving, and it's Perkins in at the 5. That's the 5 for Cleveland right now. James. Good D by Ariza.
Well, Dwight Howard, in his words, back to having fun playing basketball last season in Houston. A younger group, more compatible to his fun-loving personality, and certainly with Harden and others, they've got a depth of talent that is very impressive. Probably the best core around him of his entire career.
A chance here to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Doris Burke. Hi, Doris.
Well, guys, the Cavs' David Blatt, the first ever NBA head coach directly hired from the international ranks. Though he grew up near Boston, a die-hard Celtics fan, he represents all the aspiring NBA coaches from abroad, saying, quote, "I feel a great sense of responsibility. I feel like I've got to do a good job." Kevin, he's certainly got the personnel to do it.
A roster loaded with talent, Doris. Indeed. Thank you. Rockets leading by 9. And Howard Clark bit by bit recovering from his back surgery, which really waylaid him in the 2012 year.
It did, and it takes a couple of years to come back from that kind of back injury. And, you know, it did limit some of his explosiveness around the rim as a shot blocker, but he seems to be close to where he was prior to surgery now.
Now a timeout called by Houston. And during the timeout, both coaches getting a chance here to review the strategy at this point of the game, along with the discussions. Also some rehydration going on with Gatorade. Everyone trying to bring their top game here tonight.
Yeah, that's why you see the trainers going around to every player, making sure they're hydrated, they're getting enough to drink during the game. It's so important to hydrate yourself and keep yourself strong and ready to play for these big minutes down the stretch.
So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2.
Patrick Beverly is absolutely a hound dog defensively. He's got so much pit bull in him and how he goes about defending people at that guards.
Oh, my goodness. What a huge play.
Forget about going for the long-range bomb to cut into that lead. Just take it to the hoop, my friend.